Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Going to read through this full article pretty much. There's a link in the description. If you do like the video, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. If you get a little bit down and depressed about this type of subject, then please do go away, do something else, watch some kidum videos, or perhaps check out some of the friends of the channel. There's a couple of YouTube channels that I've a link to that you can see on the homepage of my channel, this channel. This is a tragic circumstance. It involves these two that you see on the picture. They're alleged suspects. It seems like the police have got adequate evidence, would be my guess, but they are alleged suspects in the murder of a 78-year-old gentleman. So let's have a look. A Florida man and woman have been arrested in connection with the death of a 78-year-old man who was shot and killed in front of a CVS pharmacy in Orlando over the weekend. Javon White, 19 years of age, and Jasmine Monroe, these two alleged scumbags, Jasmine is 25 years of age, stand accused of murder in the first degree and carjacking with a firearm over the January the 30th, 2020 death of Yukon Cummings. This incredibly well-dressed, very handsome 78-year-old grandfather, who's a grandfather 10 times over, who was picking up his prescription at CVS when he was killed, according to his family. Here's a quote. "He was a hard-working man. He was retired. He was a father, a brother, a grandfather. He didn't deserve this at all." That's a quote from his son, who's quite obviously absolutely devastated. And his son's quote continues, "We're people who don't bother anybody. I don't understand how any of this happened. It's bad, man. And I know for people, the elderly like that, it makes them not want to come out at all. And that's no way to live. It's senseless." Authorities believe there was at least one other person involved in the brutal carjacking that left Cummings dead that tragic Sunday. So the police think that it's not only these two alleged scumbags, but there's somebody else involved as well. So let's hope these two they snitch. Let's hope the police are able to identify that potential third culprit. Here's a quote from Orange County Sheriff John Mina. "To the senseless killers who senselessly ripped this man from his family, we're coming for you." According to law enforcement, Cummings, the victim, had just picked up his medication and was on his way back to his car when he was confronted by two people who shot him in broad daylight and then stole his vehicle. As they left the scene of the crime in the stolen car, they also ran over the elderly man twice. Sheriff's official alleged the brazen suspects backed the car over the victim once and then ran him over again as they left. What absolute heartless, evil scumbags. Alleged scumbags. Fucking hell, if that is true, if the police's account at this stage is correct, if these guys, merely for stealing a car, which they have to sell, you know, they can't keep the stolen car. It doesn't work like that. They have to get rid of it, unless they're going to use it for other crimes, perhaps. But to steal a car, they shoot a 78-year-old grandfather who's just minding his own business, just picking up some medication that he needs, perhaps after having served the community for much of his life. And these two, in broad daylight, feel nothing, seemingly, of allegedly, these two allegedly, feel nothing about shooting a 78-year-old man. And then, whilst he's lying on the ground, presumably dying, potentially dying, suffering from a gunshot wound, or multiple gunshot wounds, they reverse over his body and then they drive forward over his body. You absolute fucking C-word scum. If these two are found guilty, I would like to see life in prison, the death penalty. Florida, do you have the death penalty? And I hope they get the third person as well, if there is a third person. The two scumbags, or alleged scumbags in question, were arrested during the early morning hours on Thursday. They are currently being detained without bond, good, and are expected to be arraigned in court on Thursday afternoon. It's possible that that has already passed. Yeah, that may have already passed. So we'll Google in a second to see if there's any updates. The article shows this perp walk of the two culprits. We can watch that. These are the type of people that are walking the streets. They don't think nothing about, well, allegedly, they don't think anything about murdering a 78-year-old man for no reason other than to steal his car. You know, and are heartless enough not only to shoot the man, but to run him over twice in the car that they're stealing from him. I mean, how fucking sick. Florida, Orange County. So yeah, we're going to do a quick Google search to see if there's any updates, because this article mentioned something was happening on Thursday. They're expected to be arraigned in court. So I don't know if that's... I'm guessing this, we won't find any further information, but we'll just do a quick check. Perhaps I should have done this beforehand. It's just going to give us the same details here, that they've been arrested. He was shot multiple times. But no, there doesn't seem to be any further developments. To be honest, I'm not quite sure what being arraigned means in court. Don't really know what that means. I think it's perhaps more of just a formality type of thing to enter them into the trial system or such. But seemingly we've got no further updates from that time. So there we go. So I'll wrap things up here. Again, if you do like the video, please do consider liking, commenting, subscribing. I'm going to be making some more videos on these very dark subjects. So check them out if you're in the mood. And if you're not in the mood, that's perfectly fine. Please go and do something more fun. But I will end by saying prayers and condolences to the family of the innocent victim, who again is beautifully dressed in this photo here. He's a grandfather 10 times over. His son is clearly devastated. So best wishes, and we hope that the police are able to complete a full investigation. If there is a third culprit, that we hope that they are captured and that they face a very stringent trial. If the 2 or 3 suspects are found guilty, Florida, do you have the death penalty? Let's quickly look that up. I'm going to hope you do. That's my personal preference. Do you have the death penalty? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. All right. Okay, well, look, rack 'em up, Florida. And I'll leave you to it.